Okay, so it's Thanksgiving week, which is usually pretty low volatility. So I'm planning on doing some programming, making a couple of programming videos. Maybe that was a mistake because we did have a pretty good sell-off this morning, but it doesn't really matter because my OneUp account, I broke a combine rule, and once you break a combine rule on the OneUp account, it doesn't accept orders from you anymore at all. TopStep, you can continue to use it and practice with it, but the OneUp one, it just locks you out. So going forward, should I start another combine? And to the larger question, if you're thinking about doing combine, should you do a combine? So I thought I would, share my thoughts on the combines. And then now keep in mind, I've done like 5 combines now, I think. And I've had some good periods and bad periods. So I had one combine I think was the most frustrating, where I lost $1,000 at the beginning of the combine, but then I made $3,000. So I thought, okay, I've overcome whatever it is. I'm going to get it now. And then I lost $2,000. And, you would think that, oh, okay, well, you break even, right? You made 3, you lost 3. But actually, you break the combine at that point because that's more than a $2,000 drawdown. And that's kind of the crux. That's what's going to kill you. If you have good risk management and you keep to the daily loss limits, and by the way, your daily loss should be a lot less than what they give you. Like if you're doing the TopStep combine that everybody does, the $50,000 account, and it says that you can lose like $1,000 in the day, yeah, you're probably not going to pass the combine if you have $1,000 loss day. You should keep it to like half of that. So should you do a combine? My recommendation would be to you look at your stats over a 3 to 6 month period. And if you have a drawdown of less than $2,000, then you can pass the combine and you should do it. Unfortunately, 95% of people out there aren't going to have a strategy that fits those parameters, and I personally at this time do not. So I have the ability to pass the combine, but for me, it's kind of like a crapshoot. Like if I had started that one combine at the right time, then I would have made it, right? But you pass it, you start at the wrong time at the beginning of my drawdown, and then you're just going to immediately blow the account. So, moving forward for me, I don't think I can really support the combines anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I think that these are bad companies. And that's kind of why I started out by saying, if you meet these parameters, then you should take the combine. For me, it's kind of more, I have a channel here. I think we have like 200 subscribers or something like that now. We're actually growing really fast. And I know that that's not like a ton of people. And not everybody is like totally paying attention. I think there's, maybe half a dozen people that are watching really closely. But that still really weighs on me. Like I kind of feel like when I do the combine, that's an endorsement of sorts. And I feel that it's irresponsible to continue doing the combine when I have serious issues with the way that the business works. So that's why I say, like, if you can pass it, you should take it. Absolutely. Because if you get funded, that's a big help. And that's going to be so much better than trying to raise the money yourself and putting your own money at risk. If you just think about, I'm talking about having, a $2,000 drawdown, but can you imagine if that was your own money that you had lost? That's bad. So if you can pass a combine, then absolutely you should take it. But I'm not going to support them with the business because I want them to change their business. I think the thing that really set me off was, I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week, TopStepTrader sent out an email with holiday discounts. So first I was excited because, maybe I can start another combine and get like, 70, 25% off or something like that. Well, the deal was that you could buy a combine and like 2 resets and you'd get a discount. So they're basically asking you to spend more money than you normally would on the combines so that you can have resets. And to me, it's also kind of an admission that resets are a significant part of the combine, and that some of this is a little bit random, and that sometimes you'll have to restart your combine, which I think is kind of shady, right? I don't think that you should be encouraging people to reset their accounts, because that's a lot of money. But that's what they're pushing, is they're basically giving you discounts on resets and encouraging people to reset their account more, which I don't like. So I'll give you a couple of my criticisms of these combines and the things that I don't like about them that I think that should change. Okay. The first thing is, and this goes to OneUp Trader specifically, I don't think that what they report back to you on their dashboards is really very accurate or helpful. And I think that those systems could be done a lot better. So part of this is a pet peeve of mine, just because when I worked at the bank, and I did work for Goldman Sachs, so I know a lot of people don't like that, but I work for them and I'm proud of it. And one of the things that I did there was risk control systems. So with the OneUp Trader one, when you go there, it takes like a minute for your stats to show up, like it's calculating it right there on the page or something like that. And it doesn't even show you the trailing drawdown. So the one thing that is going to kill your account, the thing that, if you have good risk control and everything like that, the thing that's going to stop you from passing the combine, the maximum drawdown, they don't even show it on the dashboard, right? For TopStep, you don't get to see the stats until the end of the day. So like if you actually do break a rule, you don't really know until the end of the day. Or it sends you an email. I think it sends you an email. OneUp, they don't even send you an email. So I wasn't even sure until like 2 days later if I had broken my account. So that's the first thing. If I was going to do a combine, it's so hard because OneUp, I just don't think is a very polished product right now. And I don't really think it's worth your money unless you know that you're going to pass, like you're just absolutely 100% sure you're going to pass. TopStep, the issue is that you pass and then you have to go through the funded trader prep and have to do it all over again. And like I said, it's a crapshoot, so there's a pretty good percentage chance that you could fail. And one of the things that they were doing in the email was selling resets for the funded trader preparation part, which is, I don't know, guys. But on the risk control systems, when I worked at the bank, we had risk control systems that would calculate these kinds of stats for every trader and every client every second, and they don't show it to you until the end of the day. They could do better on that, and they could do a better job of showing you where you are or how close you are to busting it, right? Because one of the things that's really annoying is that if you're trading in NinjaTrader, there's no way to get NinjaTrader to show you the fees accurately. So you might be really close to the drawdown limit, and may have actually already gone over the drawdown and not known it because of fees. Which kind of also brings into question, do they make it difficult to know if you're passing or not on purpose? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I think that TopStep has good intentions. So you watch the videos and you look at the people that work there. I've talked to Danny a couple of times, because once a month you can talk to a performance coach, and I suggest you take advantage of that. I think these people genuinely want to help. I don't think there's any ill will. I just think that the system that they have isn't the best way of doing things. One thing that happened to me with TopStep that I thought was funny was they actually told me that I traded outside of the allowed times. And I think it was because I traded too close to news. And I said, well, wait a second. I didn't fill the combine. I traded that well after the news happened. Or like 2 minutes after the news happened, and I'm okay. And I showed them like when the orders went through in NinjaTrader and everything like that. And they looked through and they're like, oh yeah, you're okay. We'll let you reset your account for free. And then they got rid of that rule. So now that you're allowed to trade during news, well, that's why. So again, kind of questionable thing. But I think the thing that bothers me the most is that my understanding is that most of the funded traders, or at least a good portion of them, eventually lose their accounts. So I'm not necessarily surprised by this, because I'll go through and I'll look at everybody that passes the combine, because TopStep posts like their daily profit and loss for the combine to show you that it can be done. And you notice that the vast majority of them, and I want to say 60-70%, not that I've counted it, but vast majority of them are trading oil, which oil can lie to you. You can have periods in oil like we've had this month where it just goes up every day. And it can go up like, $1. And when you're trading that can be like $1,000 on one contract, right? So of course you're going to pass the combine then. Nope. Looks like the sell-off this morning is over. We're probably not going to move anywhere now. So you have this situation where you pass the combine because oil was doing well, and then when we get into a period where it's kind of ranging or it's going the other way, you can get creamed, and then you lose your funded account. Oil, I kind of like to compare different instruments to like you're dating some girl or something. Bonds are kind of like the popular girls. They're the most liquid instruments, and so they don't have time for losers. If you're not up to par, they're gonna let you know right away. And that's why I think bonds are the best ones to learn on, because they're not gonna let you make mistakes and get away with it. But oil is that crazy girl. And crazy girls, they lie to you. And they're going to tell you, oh, you're so great. You're the best trader ever. Look at you. You made $1,000 today. And then a little bit later, they're going to wipe you out. That's oil. So that's kind of the crux of the thing, is that the profit target thing, it's not a good way of evaluating traders. It isn't. And not only is it a bad way of evaluating traders, but I think that to some extent, it's maybe hurts more than it helps, right? So I think it's really good to go in and be able to, have a daily loss and, try to control your drawdown. Although, $2,000 drawdown when you're trying to make a profit of $3,000 is a little, but these are all good things to look at. But that the profit target part is harmful. If you're trying to go for a profit, then you're going to make mistakes. You just have to look at, I want to trade this day the best that I can. I want to trade this particular trade setup the best that I can. And you can't worry about the profit target. Because ultimately what you need to be a successful trader is consistency. And you just can't measure that with the combine parameters that they have. If I was going to set up my own online prop firm, which by the way, I would love to do. So if anybody has $1 million, you want to give it to me, right? But I think that you should be measuring consistency over a period of time, like say 3 months, maybe even, so Jigsaw, they have a new stats dashboard, and they can rank you based on a consistency stat. And I think that, if I was funding people, what I would do is I would look at, okay, what is their consistency stats over a 3-month period. And then if they're over a certain threshold, then I would give them the opportunity to trade, and I would let them trade one contract. Or maybe go to ZN and only trade ZN because that's only like $15 a tick and it's really slow. So you're not taking on very much risk, and you actually get the opportunity to learn trading live. And it's a really good instrument to learn on because, like I said, it doesn't lie to you like other instruments might. I think that would be a much more effective system because, one, you're going to get traders that are more consistent, so your funded traders are more likely to actually make money. And two, you're going to get people into actually trading live faster, or at least you're taking somebody that hasn't traded at all, you're making money faster. And it's going to be over a longer time period. I think one of the issues with the combines right now is that it's on a monthly schedule, right? And if you take more than a month to pass the combine, then you get billed again that monthly fee, right? So you think that, you just pay $150 and then you take the combine and you eat as long as you want. No. If you take more than a month, then you're paying the fee for the next month. So now that combine is actually cost you $300. And what I've noticed with bonds is that it takes me more than a month to even if I'm doing well, it would take me more than a month to hit that profit target. So I would prefer a system that kind of assumes that you're going to be in it for more than a month. Something where you buy 6 months to a year up front, and then, they provide you everything that you need to learn, and they provide education, this and that. And then once you reach certain consistency over a rolling time frame, then they let you trade. But as it stands right now, I don't think that the model is very effective at producing good traders. And I don't think that I want to give them more money until they change their ways. So moving forward for me, I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put down, $500 on an AMP account and just use the simulator for a little while. And then if I get to a period where, over 2 months, I'm break even and my drawdowns are acceptable and stuff, I might actually, and I've built up enough in the account, because I'm going to, put a little bit of money in the account every week, even though I'm not every week, but every month, and until there's a decent amount there that you can safely trade it. And then I might start trading ZN, taking on small risk, because I think that's what you guys really want to see, right? Is live trading. I don't think anybody is doing that, posting like a full video of somebody doing live trading. I think that would be great. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue posting videos. Videos are going to be more sparse in December because it's a slow part of the month, especially the second half of the month. So there might be more programming stuff coming out for a little bit. And then after that, I'll be trading the demo account with AMP. So we'll have the usual videos again. I might also be setting up some things. I'm still kind of looking at how I want to do it, but and it's kind of hard because I want to sell like some of my indicators. I think I have some stuff out there for you guys that you would really like. Some of them I want to provide for free. So I actually have one idea. We'll see how it works out, but I have one idea that will basically enforce the combine parameters on you so that you can't possibly break your combine because NinjaTrader won't let you. I think that would be great, right? Why don't they make that? So there's that. I also have an idea for integrating with Discord that I think is going to be really cool. So I have some stuff coming up. But I also have some indicators, like some of the indicators that you see on there that, I haven't really made public that, I might make some way of saying, have a fundraiser, and if we meet the goal, then I'll release that to the public for free or something. or maybe I'll set up a Patreon or something like that. Just to kind of help raise those funds a little faster. We'll see. I don't want to beg though, so only going to be doing it through providing you guys something of value that you find useful. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I hope you find this useful. And of course, if you do watch this and you take the combine and you pass, please tell me. I would like to see that. And I'm especially interested in anybody that passes the combine trading only treasuries. And I know the guys in Discord would love to see that too. It can be done. And I think ultimately here that the goal is to help, everybody become successful traders. So keep at it, guys. And I'll talk to you later.